So I wanted to talk about the topic of sleep and certain things that may indicate that you're not getting enough sleep. And there's a lot of people out there who think they're getting enough sleep, but in reality, they're not really getting enough sleep or the quality of sleep. So here are some other factors that may indicate that you need better sleep or longer sleep. Number one, losing your creativity. So at one time, maybe you had this incredible imagination and creativity, and now you just lost it. You just don't have that. So that would be one factor. Number two, you're losing your ability to focus and follow through. Your attention is kind of stuck over here, over here, over here. You're excessively thinking all the time, so your focus is not long lasting, okay? This is gonna affect your ability to get things done, despite thinking a lot, okay? Which is completely non-productive sometimes. Number three, you're losing that sharpness in problem solving and learning. Now, you might have all these problems in your mind constantly, but you're having a hard time completing problems, learning about problems, and this is also related with creativity and imagination because you need creativity when you solve problems to come up with bright ideas. So they are related. So when you're tired because you haven't slept, your ability to solve problems goes down despite the excessive thinking about the problems going on in your mind 24/7 while you're trying to sleep. All right, number four, afternoon tiredness. So let's say it's 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock, and you're just ready for a nap, okay? Now, some people say that if you sleep poorly, you can't make it up with a nap. I disagree. I believe that you can make it up if you take a nap or multiple naps if you're not sleeping at night. Because I've talked with hundreds of people who've done that and they actually do very well. Next one is increased appetite. Sometimes when people are tired, they tend to eat to get energy, okay? So, and it is true that when you're tired, your insulin does go up and your blood sugars go down and you are more hungry. This is why a lack of sleep can increase even your risk for becoming a diabetic because it worsens insulin resistance. So this is why people maybe might snack more than they should because they're tired. All right, next one is anxiety. This is because when you don't sleep, you have a spike in cortisol. Cortisol is an adrenal stress hormone. And when cortisol increases too much, you get the sensation of anxiety, nervous, can't relax, kind of fearful, sometimes even panic attacks. Okay, this could be related to a lack of sleep. When you're really well rested, normally you don't have anxiety. And by the way, the B vitamins really help in this, especially if you're taking nutritional yeast. Okay, number seven, depressed. It's very difficult to be depressed if you have lots of energy and you slept well. But when you're tired, it's very easy to get depressed. And sometimes that depression is not even depression. It's physical tiredness and exhaustion. So you want to differentiate, am I depressed or am I just tired? Maybe you just need to sleep. Poor sleep also can, like I said before, increase your risk of getting prediabetes. I mean, did you realize this connection? There's an interesting study of people getting 4 hours of sleep for 6 days in a row and becoming a prediabetic. Now, it's only temporary, but the point is that lack of sleep really destroys your blood sugars. So if you're trying to get into ketosis, make sure you're sleeping as a really important point. Also, your sleep affects your immune system. People that don't sleep tend to get sick more often. Like I said, it increases cortisol, so it's going to increase stress. Cortisol also breaks down muscle protein and turns that into sugar. This is called gluconeogenesis. So it speeds up that process. This is why people that have too much stress or too much cortisol, or even from taking too much prednisone, one of the side effects, which is a synthetic type of cortisol, the side effects are belly fat. So too much cortisol can lead to weight gain just from lack of sleep. Interesting. And by the way, you burn most of the fat while you're sleeping, if you're sleeping. Also, poor sleep can increase the risk of heart problems, especially if you're exercising too intensely, okay? So if you're doing a marathon or you're doing some type of CrossFit and you're not sleeping, very bad idea. For the heart, it can increase your risk of getting a heart attack. So the days that you don't sleep, do the long walks. Go light, don't do the hardcore exercise. I would only do the intense exercise if you had a good night's sleep. And lastly, poor sleep can lower your IQ, and that can affect your ability to problem solve big time. So we need between 6.5 and 7.5 hours of sleep if it's quality. If it's not quality, if it's light, if it's not deep, you're going to need a lot more hours, maybe 8 or 9 hours. So for those of you that think you might have a sleep problem, I put some excellent videos down below so you can watch on sleep, and that will tell you exactly what to do. Thanks for watching. Hey, if you're liking this content, please subscribe now, and I will actually keep you updated on future videos.